This is called How to Be Poetic for Beginners. Before I start, I'm probably going to offend about 50% of you. I'm so sorry. But, yeah, okay. So, step one is to have a great sob story. Because everyone needs one. And, it's not every day you get to listen to models talk about how they went from being a one-legged man on the street to being on the cover of Vogue. So, I'm trying to remember this, but I can't, so I'm just gonna read it. So, poets need sob stories too, but we take it to a whole new level. We throw pity parties because those are more invigorating. And everyone should throw one for themselves at some point or another. If you're a poet, however, a pity party is the core of your existence. You need to eat, sleep, and breathe tragedy. I don't care how great your life is, if you're a poet, by default, you have to hate it. If you don't have a sob story, it's easy to develop one. Start small. It doesn't even have to make sense. For example, one day I fell off my bike, and ever since I've been afraid of clowns. People would be so disturbed and uncomfortable that they won't even think to mention how stupid you sound. I mean, let's be realistic. No one listens to Sarah Palin because she's intelligent. Step 2, overly describe everything. Remember when you used to use one word to refer to a person, place, or thing? Well, no more of that. If you're going to be a poetic god or goddess, you are required to use a minimum of 4 words to describe anything a mere mortal would describe in one. I'm pretty sure it's in the Bible somewhere. Alright, a chair isn't a chair anymore. It's a 4-legged slumbering tree carcass. That car parked outside, it's a metal carriage bestowed onto you by the transportation deities. That overweight guy at work who always asks you how you feel about Obamacare and whether or not you're going to finish your sandwich. He's not just any guy, he's a Republican. I lied, some things are summed up just fine in one word. Speaking of word choice, step 3 is to juxtapose things in a manner no sane person ever would. This is the easiest part. Pick a topic, like a boy or a girl, or your uncanny ability to fall up the stairs, or your mom's cooking. Then pick a second topic, preferably disabling or life-threatening. For poetic purposes, let's use love as an example. In this day and age, you can't compare love to flying or falling. No, let's compare it to something romantic and heartwarming like cancer. Nothing screams "kiss me, you fool" like comparing someone's affection toward you to stage 5 breast cancer, right? Whenever I hold my boyfriend's hand, I get this warm, fuzzy feeling in my chest and think, wow, I should really see an oncologist. That was a joke. My boyfriend's hands aren't tumor-inducing. To make this more effective, you should use the teenager method. You just say literally before every unliteral thing you have to say. Tell you how many of my intelligent, great friends, and I use the term friends very loosely, would tell me these amazing stories about how they literally peed their pants. Or they literally died. Not figuratively, literally. But it didn't really happen, though, it just literally happened. That's what it means to be a poet, you know? It means things literally happen, but not literally, just literally. Step 4 is to question everything for no particular reason other than to be a douche face. In the world of poetry, your comment, your question, or your pretentious remark is always needed. Always. Trust me, I'm a poet, I know this stuff. Go out into the world and ask questions no normal person would ask. Some examples are, why do we park in the driveway and drive on the parkway? What's your Netflix password? Can I touch your face? Don't be scared, just ask away. And next time your mother tells you to clean your room or to take out the trash, just turn around and blurt out the first thing that comes to your mind. Because why should you listen to your mother, right? Then when you wake up in the hospital a week later, I want you to pat yourself on the back because you know what? You're one step closer to being a poet. Step 5, which is the last step, is be extremely angsty, but do it poetically. Now, if you're not nearly as lucky as my parents and my siblings, and even some of my close friends, you don't get to bask in my dark humor, self-righteousness, and overconfidence on a daily basis. And while I feel bad for you, you don't need to worry. All you have to do to be this awesome is to become a cynical ball of sarcasm and angst. If you hit puberty, you're already halfway there. All you have to do is sigh, every minute of every day. Just sigh. You gotta take out the trash, sigh. You got accepted into Harvard, sigh. Your grandma fell and can't get up, sigh. Now I hate to brag, but I'm an advanced poet, so when I sigh and complain, I like to incorporate lots of jazz hands and spirit fingers. Just to spice things up a bit. But if you're a beginner, you have to learn to crawl before you can walk. So don't feel bad if you can't wiggle or talk as enthusiastically as I can. Enthusiastically, sorry. So by following these 5 steps, you can be just like me, awesome, monotone, and a cynical train wreck with great hair. Just go out and take the world by storm, or by cancer, whatever floats your boat. And remember, if Sarah Palin can do it, so can you.